The murder rate in Democrat-run cities like Chicago, Baltimore, New York, so many others, is higher than in Afghanistan. Yet Biden supports imposing these failed policies nationwide.
When I was vice president, violent crime fell 15% in this country. We did it without chaos and disorder. And yes, we did it with Democratic mayors in most of the major cities in this country.
You will have crime like you've never seen before. You'll have crime like you've never seen.
The murder rate now is up 26% across the nation this year under Donald Trump. Do you really feel safer under Donald Trump?
There's a reason for less crime. That's because we have great law enforcement. I'm very proud of them. There won't be defunding. There won't be dismantling of our police. And there's not going to be any disbanding of our police. But in cities all across our nation, we've seen our police officers so badly assaulted. We've also launched Operation Legend, surging federal law enforcement to communities plagued by violent crime.
What I support is the police having the opportunity to deal with the problems they face. And I'm totally opposed to defunding the police officers. As a matter of fact, local police, the only one defunding in his budget calls for a $400 million cut in local law enforcement assistance. They need more assistance.
If you don't test, you don't have any cases. If we stop testing right now, we'd have very few cases, if any.
Testing, testing, testing. More testing is not only how you find more cases of coronavirus, Mr. President. It's how you stop the coronavirus cases.
The cure cannot be worse than the problem itself, can. The cure cannot be worse. But if you don't feel good about it, if you want to stay. Relax, stay. But if you want to get out there, get out. One thing with me, the nice part, I went through it. Now they say I'm immune. I feel so powerful. I'll walk into that audience. I'll walk in there. I'll kiss everyone in that audience. We had 10.4 million people in a 4-month period that we've put back into the workforce. That's a record the likes of which nobody's ever seen before. Before COVID came in, the greatest economy in history, lowest unemployment numbers, everything was good, everything was going. And by the way, there was unity going to happen.
We're still down 720,000 manufacturing jobs. In fact, Donald Trump may be the only president in modern history to leave office with fewer jobs than when he took office. We will never get our economy back on track. We will never get our kids safely back in schools. We'll never have our lives back until we deal with this virus.
She is a woman of unparalleled achievement, towering intellect, sterling credentials, and unyielding loyalty to the Constitution, Judge Amy Coney Barrett.
The justice, and I'm not opposed to the justice. She seems like a very fine person. The president also is opposed to Roe v. Wade. That's on the ballot as well in the court. And so that's also at stake right now.
Why is it in the ballot?
Because
why is it on the ballot? It's not on the ballot.
It's on the ballot in the court.
I don't think so.
In the court. Well,
there's nothing happening there.
Donald, would you
and
just
you don't know her view on Roe v. Wade.
I don't know
her view.
A woman does have a right to choose. I would, in fact, if they rule it to be unconstitutional, I will send to the United States Congress, and it will pass, I believe, a bill that legislates Roe v. Wade adjusted by Casey. It's a woman's right to do that, period.
I've spent the last 4 years delivering for the African American community like nobody, with the exception possibly of Abraham Lincoln, has delivered before.
But I also believe injustice is real. It's a product of a history that goes back 400 years, the moment when black men, women, and children first were brought here in chains. I do not believe we have to choose between law and order and racial justice in America. We can't have both.
In the strongest possible terms, the Republican Party condemns the rioting, looting, arson, and violence we have seen in Democrat-run cities.
There's no place for violence, no place for looting or destroying property or burning churches or destroying businesses. We need to distinguish between legitimate peaceful protest and opportunistic violent destruction.